place looks a lot like the old Ingwithan ruins back home, but like they were just built.
You've returned to me. Please, please release me. This place, the agony, so much worse than anything I suffered at your hands.
My student, my nemesis. To see you again here. Have you come to proffer forgiveness, or to persecute me further?
See you, do I? Come to kill old Merwald? To claim his keep? Cad Nua home to me for decades now.
That old place, you can hold on to it. We got a boat now.
Leave an old man be, beg I. Leave him to his doom, to the dawn star's rise.
You see through it then? You must be special. Like they were. Are. I'm uncertain. I've lost so much of myself here. She tore my name from me. The Interrogator. She's deep within, ensconced in her little court. You won't. She wards herself too well. In her labyrinth of Audra and copper. Perhaps with my help. If you found the pieces of me, returned them, I could lead you to her.
All of those perhapses and coulds don't read to me like any kind of guarantee, Captain.
The bird with a bird be speaking sense. Must be a strange moon.
The way, 'tis in what she's taken from me. Memories of Engwith. I can lead you, but not as I am. If they remain, they're in the machines. Each encompasses an Audra pillar, and each pillar contains the countless souls scoured by the Inquisitor, I think.
What a shameful path the Engwithans followed to achieve their ends. Damn the gods!
If you would seek my missing pieces, seek them there. But be warned, some may be more volatile than others. I want to help, so try to find bits of me that aren't too broken. I don't believe it possible. This place is hers. Without someone who knows her, you're lost. I appreciate that. You've no idea how much. Go safely. May the gods not see you coming.
Scully.
Go for the eyes, Trinket!
Like a frog in a figurehead. Futile.
Arthur, Worthen,
Death to those who fall for the Republic!
Arthur, Worthen, Rock!
Vermund.
Arthur, Worthen,
Frog in a
Rock!
figurehead. Futile.
Cannot be seek! You were saying.
You be owing me that trick.
Hey, watch it with that.
How can I help? The hunt is on.
We gather in the sight of Wotica and Wal to thresh truth from falsehood and see justice upheld. The matter before this tribunal tonight: heresy. You hereby stand accused of rejecting the orthodoxy delivered unto us by the universal divinities. In your malice, ignorance, and hubris, you would assault the very foundations of civilization. How do you answer these charges? I bear guilt for many things, but in my service to the Divine, I have never wavered. Never once. No person present disputes the facts. Your words and actions are a matter of record, confessed by your allies and confirmed by innumerable eyes. It seems my guilt a foregone conclusion. Why then bother with this farce? Does the witness have testimony to present? This tribunal derives its authority from the Divine and concerns itself not with your acceptance of it. You would bring words of heresy into this hallowed hall? Put her to death!
Oh. Well, she's not good for that.
As one.
Oh, that's easy.
You be owing me that drink, Maya.
Bro.
I can't find a weak spot.
Oh, that were a beaut.
My turn. Already there. What did you...
Is that all?
Maybe she...
Oh, all right. Maybe just this once.
What? We here. Got someone?
I've got an arrow with your name on it. This is getting us nowhere.
Mother!
Worth and rot. Worth and rot. Love will be our seek.
Like flogging a figurehead. Futile.
You see that, Ishi?
Love will be our seek. Love will be our seek. I can't find a weak spot.
Maya.
This would be so much easier if I had my broom.
There's something I can do. What do you need?
What do you think, Ishi?
Hey, I trust you.
You must gather your party before venturing forth.
Do I know you? Have we met? Before this, before here. I see it. The shackles about your soul. They're in you, the gods. And you, their puppet. Unsurprising. 'Twas always their way. Give and take, kill and save, an unbalanced scale atop the edge of a blade. Knives. Place them in the coals until they glow. The skin may weep, but the spirit stays. We gather in the sight of Wotica and Wal to thresh truth from falsehood and see justice upheld. The matter before this tribunal tonight: apostasy.
If you want to give folks a chuckle, it's all in the delivery and timing. Work on it, you'll get there.
I bear guilt for many things, but in my service to the Divine, I have never wavered. Never once.
Her many sins are a matter of record. That she denies them compounds her guilt.
I've only ever served the gods. What I've done for them, the sacrifices I've made.
Liar!
Monster!
The Inquisitor has been turned!
Capture her! She shall pay for her sins!
A fine prize to be set.
Something I can do?
Agrasim.
Scallywag. Toe cap.
I'll be hitting the water.
I thought we were friends.
This is getting us nowhere.
Still got it. How can I help already then?
What did you... And is she?
We gather in the sight of Wotica. The matter before...
I've got one of those.
We should make haste. I fear if we stay here too long, our souls...
All of this due process is making...
Ain't but one way to chart a sea, Cap.
Of this charge, I bear no guilt. I am not but myself. How could I be other? What reason could I have for doing that? How could I trick this court entire? 'Tis nonsense, isn't it? Just mad theater. Agreed. 'Tis strange. I recall so many trials. An endless parade of the accused. Was it a kind of punishment? Being forced to watch my fellows condemned? I am more myself than I have been in a very long time. I almost, like a word on the tip of the tongue, I have it, but I don't. I am certain, though, that I knew the Inquisitor well. I think perhaps that I loved her, and that she betrayed me. Ridiculous. We are nothing alike. I will lead you to her. The way is open. It... Inquisitor? I came here with the aim of ending you. I know it. 'Tis a certainty that I have lost. It fled me. I think each memory restored, providing it another egress. I only know that I feel lessons somehow, or perhaps more aware of what I lack. How? It seems impossible. In that, at least, we are in accord.
Is everyone in the Deadfire so obsessed with kissing? It is not a solution to every problem.
No, I think not. Were that it's so easily accomplished. What say you, Inquisitor? Is there aught to be salvaged between these two sad souls? I've certainly been responsible for worse decisions.
Death to those who oppose the Republic!
Next time. Might as well be hitting the water. Love, fear, seek. You're going down. Ha! Love, fear, seek. I can't find a weak spot. Love, fear, seek.
I appreciate your efforts here. I do not fully understand them, but I can appreciate them. To you and me, to us, yes. Were they reflective of historical fact? Of that, I am unsure. Were that it not so, I believe we represented this world's best chance for lasting peace, for enlightenment. I think not. I feel hollow, flat somehow. Perhaps I am now all that remains of me. I certainly owe you a boon. How might I balance the scales? will be done. I shall render you whatever aid I am able.
Come along, Trinket.
You've my aid when it's required.
You return from your interrogation. Then she will aid you against the worm? I've little doubt. But is that enough to finally end the monstrosity below? You have girded yourself thoroughly in the determined souls of this place. Once you descend, you will be much closer to the world. May the gods...
Use this! 'Twill chain your foe as I was chained.
Come, Watcher! The fury of the Godhammer is ready!
Prepare yourself for a tidal wave like none you have ever seen!
It matters not.
I need time, Watcher. This is no simple task.
Death take you. It is no use. I cannot go.
Prove your strength. I shall prepare the chains.
Readying the best waves takes time. Do not rush your king.
This is testing my endurance.
Need something stronger.
Don't put a dent in it.
That was horrible.
I've got an arrow with your name on it. My turn. Can't get a clean hit.
Stuck in the doldrums here.
We had some good times.
Go for the eyes, trinket. Don't put a dent in it.
Come, Watcher! The fury of the Godhammer is ready!
Ha!
I need time, Watcher.
Use this!
No simple task.
Chain your foe as I was chained!
Worthen rock. Oh no.
Prepare yourself for a tidal wave like none you have ever seen!
Anyone? You're going down.
Another attack, Cap.
Leaving you here to die.
All right. Go! Prove your strength. I shall prepare the chains.
Can't get a clean hit. Seek. Worthen rock.
Like frog in the figurehead. Futile.
Stop moving! Potions? Anyone? Ah!
Ah, damn it. Sailor. Thief wants me too.
We're hitting the water.
Come, Watcher! The fury of the Godhammer is ready!
Very frozen ball bags. I'll be seeing you soon.
I don't get it. She's not doing anything.
Stand up, you dirty flea bag. I'm listening. Clean hit. Bloody hell, you only missed.
Use this! Twill chain your foe as I was chained!
Come, Watcher! The fury of the Godhammer is ready!
Prepare yourself for a tidal wave like none you have ever seen!
You trust it matter.
Death to those!
Oh, that's easy.
Love will be our seek.
Go! Prove your strength! Shall prepare the chains.
How can I help? Love will be our...
Really? Oh, that's easy. Anyone?
Love will be our seek.
Can't make a dent.
Worth wrong. Love will be our seek.
Like, she's not...
Might as well be hitting the water. Already there.
Dig, Sayana!
I need time, Watcher. This is no simple task.
Everything hurts. You're gonna forget. Futile.
Captain, ready? That wave takes time. Do not rush your...
Horrible.
Little fuzzballs check.
Love will be our seek.
I can't find a weak...
Love will be our seek.
Anyone? Can't get a clean hit.
Use this! Twill chain your foe as I was chained!
Worth and rock.
I can't find a weak spot.
Love will be our seek.
Divers!
How can't put a dent in it? The hunt is on. My turn.
Go! Prove your strength. I shall prepare the chains.
Love will be our seek.
Come, Watcher! The fury of the Godhammer is ready!
We're not done yet.
Madico. I need to try something else.
Prepare yourself for a tidal wave like none you have ever seen!
Not a problem, Captain.
Need something strong. Need time, Watcher. This is no simple task.
Hey. Answer your tags.
Bitch, take the boat. Oh my god.
Readying the best waves takes time. Do not rush your king.
Madico. I need to try something else.
Your orders? Might as well be hitting the wall. Too slow. You were saying?
Use this! Twill chain your foe as I was chained.
It is no use. I cannot get through.
Go! Prove your strength. I shall prepare the chains.
Reverse! How could I miss that badly?
Oh, my guts in here, Captain.
Take the potion.
Come, Watcher! The fury of the God Hammer is ready!
Take the potion, take the potion.
At once.
I need time, Watcher. It's no simple task.
When?
You are too kind, Wa. Tell me. Ah. Que? At once.
Gods, the very air here be thick with hopelessness. Smart coin says this be the White Void itself. You there! You! Don't suppose you, know the way? Only the Beast of Winter can provide respite. Yes, sweet release. Yes, release and annihilation. The winds will eat you with time, sure, but the Beast makes it quick. Chop! To the Beast of Winter. Only the Beast of Winter can provide us the respite we're looking for. Then take me with you.
Are all your ghost friends this chatty? Maybe not knowing is better.
Truly? Thank you kindly, good soul. Thank you.
Careful, Captain. These winds are blowing hard enough to pluck our tail feathers.
Death to those who are dead!
Man on my thing, Sammy. Very frozen ball bags. Seeing you soon.
Stop moving! Love, beyond seek! On your feet now, worthy wrath! Beyond seek!
Can't get a clean hit.
Beyond
What's your
seek.
fire? Que?
Worthy love beyond seek. This is getting us nowhere. You're going down. Worthy rock.
How can I help?
Can't put a dent in it.
As one.
Oh, that's easy.
Love beyond seek. Love beyond seek. Love beyond seek. Love beyond seek.
Oh, that's easy.
creature is gone. Good. Give me the relic you hold. I will cleanse the stain from it. I did not make a request. The force that held the dragon's lair intact is gone. Lost to the void as all things are. Now you stand within my innermost domain, a realm from which none may return. I cannot permit a soul that has felt the chill of the white void to leave this plane. But I would strike a compromise. You may return to the mortal realm in recompense for what you have done. But within you will bide my chime. And when you die, your soul will enter the white void. Bareth will have no use for your chime once you've completed their task. And should you perish in the process, you will have no use for it in death. This realm is governed by immutable laws, and I will not bend them to suit you. You have your choice. Accept my chime, or remain here. So be it.
Got someone?
Wait, what? No.
My sights.
Boom. Boom.
See that beauty of it? This thing isn't doing the job. Hey, that wasn't that bad.
Stop moving! Lovely.
Can't make it dead.
Kusunago, watch your fire!
Lovely. Seek. Then, worth and rock.
Need something stronger.
Watch your fire!
Lovely. Seek. I've got an arrow with your name on it.
Another attack, Cap.
Oh, did that hurt? Go for the eyes, Trinket!
You were saying? I've got this, Captain.
Something I can do.
Bright blue liquid drips from the beast's wounds. Gobs of spit fall from its mouth. As you watch, a piece of its rotting carcass tumbles to the floor. The howling winds resolve into deep, resounding laughter that echoes within your ribs.
You do amuse, Watcher. The others have that much right.
The beast's eyes glow. The light flickers, then strengthens. And the creature's wounds slowly knit themselves together. The beast stands without effort, and a cyclone of snow rises behind it. The storm grows, crackling like a bivouac, and a howl rises with it. With a feather-light touch, the storm bears you upwards toward a shimmering tear in the sky. Through the tear, you catch a flickering, indistinct shape you vaguely recognize as the Altar of Decline. Remergond expels you from his realm.
It is my nature. Farewell, Watcher of Cadnua.
The cyclone thrusts you through the portal and back into your body. Your limbs are stiff, having suffered the frigid winds of the breach for quite some time. Rime grows across the breach, bolstered by the frigid winds of the beyond. Soon, the heavy coating of ice has covered the portal entirely, though faint glimmers of light still shine beneath its surface. You can no longer sense the tug of the white void. The breach is closed at last.
Tell me I love it.
Not bad. Hey, good thinking.
You returned, Dusk Speaker. Harbinger's watch, shuttered as if wounded. What occurred at the Wheatmouth? You, truly, with the Beast of Winter himself? And the dragon? What became of the dragon? You jest. The beast's truly gone? And the Wheatmouth? Then we have time. Remergund has not finished with us, brothers and sisters. We must prepare the way, for winter always returns.
I don't know why I clicked on that. I didn't need to do that. Stupid of me. Oh, almost went into the storm.
No, I cannot do that.
No. This is getting us nowhere.
Take that.
You're
trails. I hope nobody saw it before.
My turn. Love will be on. Love will be on.
Bulging ball bags. I'll be seeing you soon.
I've got an arrow with your name on it.
What for, Cap?
Get up. We're not done yet. Pixie honor.
Seraphine is down.
Bial, seek! Sheriff, stand up, you flea bag.
Anyhow, you only missed one.
No. Don't put a dent in it.
That order's too tall.
How can I help you?
never said a hard word as we sail all our troubles away. Hold fast to the helm, hold fast to the wind. Heave ho, incidente. Hundreds grace of belonging as we sail down the Deadfire. Never long behind. Heave ho, incidente. With
You have come to the wrong place, outsider. I do not care which island you call home. This one belongs to the Wahaki. You cannot have business on Motari Okozi. Leave before I feed your bones to the jungle. I say I have never met someone more resigned to their fate. It seems you intend on letting the island do our work for us. I thought my message to the Huana Prince was clear. He needs reminding that to trespass on the jungle ruin is a death sentence. You will find only bones and ruin, blighted with decay, and worse. The deeper jungle is fouled. Nature is wrong here. And your very presence makes her drool with hunger. Explorers from Nekataka landed here. You must know by now, they did not return. It is no wonder the prince sent a second group to find the first. He cares more about riches and plunder than the lives of his servants. Akira, the island is closed to outsiders. All who set foot here are doomed to perish. The prince sent explorers into the maw of this island. Their drained corpses and bloodied clothes were all they left behind. If Aruihi intends on repeating his mistakes, I am thinking he will not stand for long against the foreigners. To the depths with him, then. A prince of Nekataka should put the wishes of his people over his ambition. You did not come here to learn our history. And I do not share our secrets with outsider filth. We do not venture into the deeper jungle, but we know it for what it is. A place where nature has gone mad. It is not for me to explain the tales of our people, but I warn you to keep your distance. Mutare Okozi has claimed more lives than you would guess. Imagine a number. It is more, I say. This island soured in an age when tribes were vulnerable and separated from their kin. It grew teeth where none had sprouted before. Imagine the feast laid out for an opportunistic glutton. You have done nothing to earn the trust of the Wahaki. I cannot look into the eyes of my chieftain and explain to her why I let you go into the jungle. Better for us both if I killed you now. We will give your body to the sea with all the rights that a worthy foe deserves. An outsider can expect no greater honor. I knew that outsiders could get drunk on their own overconfidence. I did not think it could also drive them mad. The power at the heart of this island is older and stronger than an adventurous hubris. But I do not mind pitting you against it. We will be watching you, outsider. Though we will not interfere if the jungle attempts to close its jaws around you. Cause no trouble in the ruins of Mutare Okozi.
It's about time I leveled up, finally. What is happening? Jesus.
What for, Cap?
Seraphim didn't level up, that's annoying.
Scallywag.
I've got an arrow with your name on it.
Cap.
Sorry, friend. I can't.
Worth
Lavaru beyond seek!
You be owing me that drink, Maya.
Worth Roth.
Death to those who oppose the Republic!
Then. Lavaru beyond seek. Right between the eyes.
Lavaru beyond seek!
Go for the eyes, Trinket! My turn. Already there.
Sharpshooter. Why you not be phoning this first, lass? Scallywag's hoe, Cap.
I need... No, I cannot do that.
Love beyond seek. The hunt is on. Right between the eyes. Arthur, Worth, and Roth.
Lavaru beyond seek!
What? We here. Of course, darling.
They're not my thing, savvy?
As one.
Lavaru beyond seek!
What's up, Haven? How you doing? Not sure when you sent that message.
How can I help?
How you doing?
I've got an arrow with your name on Arthur, Worth, and Roth.
I'm alright.
Come along, Trinket.
What are you up to nowadays? Yeah, I'm just working and gaming the usual.
Trespasser! Vile defiler!
Trying to build up my YouTube and get monetized on YouTube.
We do not speak to the fertilizer. You are nothing but water to feed our young, soil to birth our seed.
Yeah, I miss it too, but we're just too small of a community.
So, you're more than just some fool brawler like all the rest. Then we will hearken to your chatter, for now. You are blind to the harmony of our grove, Outlander. We are perfection. You are the only infestation here. Kith-Arrogance shattered the Deadfire once. We have adapted to your blight.
As one. Death to those who oppose the Republic!
Worth and Roth.
Lavaru beyond seek!
Worth and Roth.
Arthur, Worth
need something stronger.
Lovely. Seek. Ha!
Is that all?
My target.
As one.
Then.
Death to those who oppose the...
Lovely.
Madea,
Seek.
I need to try something else.
You can't have Vax for a brother without picking up. I'm a natural.
Beautiful. It is a good thing pirates did. not reach this place before us, or it would have been melted down by now.
What for, Cap?
What did you...
Clever.
And is she?
I guess I'm done with this area. I don't really know what else.
Come, Blanca! Help me! Pazzo! Stinking weed!
Watcher, quickly! We must help her!
Agressima, Sarah! I could use a hand or four! Thank you. Only I don't know how we're going to manage it. Ak, maybe this vine is squeezing me hard enough to make a chore of it. But I am needing all the help I can get. Madico! The damn thing is getting tighter. I hope that you have a strong grip, Sere, or this could end poorly for me.
Ooh, little old me? Nice to feel wanted.
Get me out of here, Sere! Director Castle sent us. We were shadowing a Juana expedition, trying to figure out what they were after. Corpses, all of them. But we couldn't turn our backs on the mission, so we went deeper into the jungle. North of here, there is a golden disc, big, heavy thing. One of my mates took a piece of it. Everything went wrong after that. Something took us while we rested. Oh gods. I woke up and there was a flower growing out of my casita's mouth. I started pulling weeds out from between his teeth. Then I got hit from behind and woke up here. But we didn't learn much. It was already missing a piece by the time we got here. The most I saw were a bunch of Juana's scribblings. I wager it was what the other expedition came to find. Not that their luck was any better than ours. There is something guiding the creatures here. A woman, I think. She gets under your skin. I only caught a glimpse of her in passing. Huge. And her daughters are none too fond of outsiders. Thank you. Only I don't know how. I hope that you have a strong grip.
regret all those times I told Kana to eat his vegetables. Maybe just this once.
Fuck you. I'll kill your ass.
I don't think so.
Arthur, worth and rock.
Lava
Beyond secret. Arthur, worth and rock. Arthur, worth and rock.
You try, I say.
Lava, beyond secret.
It is no use. I cannot get through.
Never abuse.
Take
Ulu, then.
Captain. Done and done.
Boots are really good.
Well, not the first time. Surrounded by explosives, and hopefully not the last.
What did you do that for, you big brute? We only needed the one barrel. One!
Maybe if you'd told me that before, we'd have a mind to go and loot.
You're the ass with the giant cannon. You should know how explosives work.
Friends, we have more than enough gunpowder to solve this problem.
Won't work.
Oh, now you know what to do with the black powder, sure.
Leave him be and grab a shovel, Achaia.
Take the shovel yourself. I'll keep the watch. Wasn't built for manual labor.
Don't you dare doze off like last time.
Scallywag.
Go for the eyes! Take him down, but watch out for the barrels. Put a dent in it. There. Ha! Thank you.
As one.
Okay. Wow, that is really good.
What do you need? Watch out.
Do any of these guys have grenades still?
See that beauty of a hit, Captain?
Milanis, per me I need to try something else.
He's getting us nowhere. Seek. You're going down.
Death to those who oppose the Republic.
Worth and rock.
How
can I help? Seek. Worth and rock. Love beyond seek. Worth and rock.
Oh, shut up, ballet.
I have my
Hey, that wasn't half bad.
Clever.
Not a bad bit of tackle, Captain.
How can I help? This would be worth and rock. Of course, darling. Arthur, Worthen, Roth. Oh, that's easy. How can I help?
I was looking to see if there's actually anything to do here, but I guess not. Just the boss fight.
Wait. Look there. Looks like trouble.
It is no use. I cannot get through. And then I cannot. As one. Your aim could use some improvement.
Missed.
Come along, Trinket. How can I help? The hunt is on. Arthur, Worthen, Roth. Still got it. Arthur, Worthen, Roth. Love, beyond, seek. How can I help? Someone? made the right choice, darling. Is that all? My sights.
Shoot. Why you not be phoning this first, lass?
The hunt is on. Huh! Arthur, Worthen, Rock!
Another tack, Cap.
Perfecto! Beyond seek! Arthur, Worthen, Rock!
Missed.
As one.
Beyond
cannot.
seek! I can't find a weak spot. Huh. I've got an arrow with your name on it. Beyond seek! Arthur, Worthen, Rock!
Perfetto. What an extraordinary machine. It is a shame this has been hidden here for all this time.
No. No! I watched you die, crushed under that castle! Your monument to hubris.
Hey, it's our little skull! Oh, we thought we lost you. You've grown so much. A whole body now.
Silence! I've suffered several lifetimes' worth of your inane babble already. Again you interrupt my plans, and again I am forced to compensate. Don't bother wasting your time on one-sided reminiscence. My days of bouncing in your shadow or being jostled amongst spears and daggers are over. This is the end of our sordid companionship.
Let's not fight. We just want our little skull back. The rest you can keep.
You will keep your hands away from me, cur. Whatever beginner's luck won you the day at Cragholt has expired. Fate brought us here to correct its error. One such offense was inexcusable. Your very presence, an abomination. Few things delight me more than slamming the prophet door on the usher's hand. If the Circle sent you to interrupt my research, I'll fashion a scarecrow of your remains to deter their next hapless victim. No? More's the pity to die absent a cause. I'm sure that pig-headed Commander Bailerin is having... The Bannermen are loyal to a full purse, and my investments have paid off over several... That arcane upstart Bekana might not have been as unhinged as we once assumed. The Circle discounted her theories about a deep well of power in the Deadfire. Your presence tells me that the Circle has felt it too. How astute. Now if you're...
In my sights.
Take. It is no use. I cannot get through.
Arthur, Worthen, Rock! Love, beyond,
take you.
Ulu, then!
This is testing my endurance.
This is getting nowhere. You're going
Very
down.
publices, per Milanis.
Love, beyond,
Iver,
between the
how
eyes.
could I miss that battle?
Worthen, Rock! Pixie. Can't get a clean hit.
They minute me, Cap. Come on! Be a rare tip from feeding the fishes. What for?
How could I miss that
My turn. Oh, maybe just this once. I agree. This clearly belongs with...
When the wheel has ground you all to dust, only I will remain.
You feeling all right? Talking to some dead people in there?
This would be so much easier if I had my broom.
I thought... something. Over there.
That's all.
Is your ignorant farmer winking at me?
Watcher, something on your mind? We are the steward. How it is said the one it is for so awfully. If that is, may I live to see you. Speak on. Nekataka is older than when my brother the whole wall and our future. First, the city. There are angles of the city I cannot see from my garden. What place has Nekataka in the great pattern of the Deadfire? Bottoms seldom off Akira. Because even we are the stewards of speak on.
The belly of the great eel. Continue. Return when the...
Clever. You can't have Vax for a brother without picking up. Now, what are you all done?
was chewing through Cadnua's foundation long before Aothas finished.
What do you
the
need
job.
of me? Well, I suppose it is. Are you familiar with the shield bearers of St. Elka? Word of our order, I am the son of a disgraced noble. All we had to our names was a trunk full of heirloom. That's the long and short of it, really. Well, you would need to become a shield bearer yourself to really learn it all. My thanks.
Do not leave me in suspense, I say. Have you found Matario Cozy? An unusual accounting of the Isles, I say. Each one measured in relation to... If I did, my sister would hold a parade in your honor. Ngati is one to throw obstacles in our path, but I say that an outdated chart is better than none at all. Ikera, here, for your expenses. When we know enough, my sister will finance a fleet-wide search. Not for breadcrumbs, but lost Ukaizo. Watcher, I take it that none of my people escaped the clutches of that island. I sent good women and men to die in the name of the tribes and in the vague hope. May Ngati thank them for their courage and Wodaka for their loyalty. May they return to us as Rangas. No, you misspoke, I say. The labor of our ancient navigators after it survived a millennia. Then this is the last. Ikera, maybe the last we will ever hear of them. At least the wisdom of our ancestors is safe from our enemies. Ikera, they will not let you escape with what they could so easily steal. May Ngati splinter their mast. And if they survive to land, may the jungle cover their bones. For what do they protect Matario Cozy? When one day I will have words with them. This is much to learn in a day. I sent the expedition to their fate, and those who followed. Death is on my Ikera. May all who fell on Matario Cozy sleep. But on to brighter times, I say. If Ukaizo can be found, then so too will the hopes of our people be made manifest. Too much has happened for you to waste words with the royal brother. From now on, you work with Onikaza as an honored guest of her rooftop garden. You say this now, but Onikaza pays better than her royal pinch fist of a brother. May the wind caress your sail.
Watcher.
Hello there. Yes? Glad So here but anyway, enough of... Oh, it would be my absolute pleasure. Very...
Insufferable. This.
You look like you've come with a purpose. I got our message all right. Noticed that, did you? Saltpeter is one of our chief resources at Rauatai, and we believe in putting resources to use. Now you can see why we didn't want the Valians nosing around our fort. I'm telling you.
It's impossible to cheat at Hazatoa.
Clear skies. That explains the rumors the Valians are scaling up in Queen's Birth. I'd hoped you would stop them. Quite a lot, I think. Nevertheless, I'm more interested in reports the storms around the islands have cleared. What do you— Even if this isn't the outcome we'd wanted for Poko Kahara, we'd long suspected something unnatural was behind the storm. Yes, if the storms that assail Rauatai have a similarly unnatural, and if that's the case, then there's more work to be done. After all, somebody has to keep the peace in the— In any case, Hazanui Karu has a matter that could use your help. Her office is on the main floor behind the large double doors. It's most conspicuous.
He acts like he's gonna do one thing, then he does something else.
That's called strategy.
Atsura tells me you tamed the storms of Poko Kahara. Makes a person wonder what kind of secrets lie in Andra's mortar. That's the spirit. Rautai's storms have made us who we are as a nation, but they've also held us back. Forced our people to imagine how much more we could achieve if we could control those storms. Why not? The storms there cannot be natural, and your exploits at Poko Kahara. But enough of that for now. There's an understatement. The trouble in Hasango forced us to send and storms at home have delayed another portion of our fleet. This leaves us short-handed here. I'm sure you'll get the chance. We're due to collect a special shipment for delivery to our port at Sayuka. We've contracted with a captain named Widla. Meet her, complete the trade, and take the cargo to Sayuka. Fleet Master Okaya is overseeing the development. She's one of the brightest minds in Rauatai, and it shows. You two will get along. Most of her work is, or should be, under wraps for now. But perhaps she can give you a taste of what we have to offer. It'll be easier for Okaya to explain. Good sailors with a
Will to be flying Principe colors. On occasions, she ain't flying force. One of the young—
Along with half the population of this storm-tossed archipelago. Let's just say, I'm not keen to invite them to a port. Along with half the population of this storm-tossed— Widla's agreed to meet our courier out at sea. This is her payment. We've already negotiated with her. Fleet Master Okaya will see to your compensation once you arrive with the cargo. This is the kind of job that's best completed quickly and clear skies.
The Ranga Nui leads us, but he represents all of Rao Tai.
Then must he put his name on everything?
Looking for a pistol or an AK?
Okay, let's binge.
How can I help? You've got it.
Speak freely.
Ever?
I didn't complete the trade with the water. I'm a dummy. I'll get it in Sayuka.
We said or not, Perrin?
I'd happily tell you if you stopped interrupting my count.
You've had days to count. Now it's time we talked about the price. We've had some complications. The price has doubled. I know they've got the cash. Fine. 1,000 it is. Guess you've never snuck a few coppers from the tip jar. Let's just say there are other folks who'd be happy to pay. What matters is I'm giving you the chance to buy it first. That's the point. I don't want to be in it long. There's plenty of business for enterprising sorts in Deadfire.
Had? Or don't you remember?
I'll remember this when I'm doling out rations tonight if you don't shut your mouth. Glad we could do business.
Gillarde, 23 days! This is a new record. You bear witness to the victory of magic over matter. I have nearly perfected Renovimus. Renewal of air, you would. Kith have explored every mountain in the... It has been my dream to open these steps to... Or at least to let us use the air of a single breath again. Neither do I. At least he gave me plenty of time to... Back home, they care only for But the Rawatayans, they have vision. They chase greater things than gold. So you do understand. But I can say no more. The Rawatayans, they have sworn me to secrecy. Sientere, but I had promised not to say. Yes, I have much to do. Many more...
Okay.
Ah, you found me with a rare spare moment. I've received a report from the dockmaster stating as much. The Royal Deadfire Company appreciates your swift delivery of our cargo. Ah, that's unfortunate. Though not entirely unexpected. I've received a report from the dockmaster stating as much. The Royal Deadfire Company appreciates your swift delivery of our cargo. No, I don't see... Oh, there's a note here at the bottom. It's very small. What does it... Oh, please accept my apologies for your... difficulties. I'll see that the cargo bathes immediately. The Hazanui's missive suggested you might be able to help us with an issue at port. You may have noticed the outsized coral in the harbor. There's something unnatural about the coral's growth. About everything on this island. And no matter how we trim it back, it only grows larger. My engineers deduced that the origin of this disturbance is somewhere off the coast of Sayuka. Talk to Avera in the workshop if you care to learn more. Been a while since we crossed cannons, Seraphin.
Since the sailed that Rawatai scow off at Songo. If I rightly
Cap.
recall. There he be. There be Romaro. Sure is my art.
Us sharing a crew saves me a bullet I'll need elsewhere.
I wish you'd
so...
not come, my lad.
Thanks.
Pleased though I be to see you. Even Aldi's anarchists spare no...
Aye, but you, a traitor? Return with us. I'll be protecting you.
I can't, Blue. Much as I look...
Break my biscuits and call me Swabby. You've gone addled in your dotage, ain't you, Captain? Unsheathe that silvered tongue of yours, and talk some damn sense into this old sort.
I couldn't bear to remain, sheltered or no.
There still be pride to be had. Honor, too. Things be changing, sure as shit. But you can't thread them narrows if you ain't...
I hope I'm wrong. If only for your sake. Ak, these roomy eyes have seen too much. Nepot power consolidates behind the least deserving.
But lay that plan of you betwixt your brains and my swagger. We'll be right in the good ship Principe San Petrino.
A fine dream. I pray to Ondra that you achieve it. I've not heard every charge against me. But that of mutiny...
Why? The Sorcerer were our home and kin. We're our cock-swelling pride. And you bartered it to an half-drowned old elf for a pint-bilged fucking clipper? 14 years I spent swabbing them decks. Longer yet for you, Captain Bastion.
Fuck. Bon amico. Sientere, Seraphin. I've disappointed you.
How can I? Cut him loose, Captain. Let him hold this shit close to his bilge rat heart, for what beats be remaining it.
Agrasima, Watcher. The clipper will be loaded Cores, Seraphin. Bon amico. Take this. May you have rare cause to use it. I hope we meet again someday.
Cores, Bon. Any time, lass. Ahoy, Captain! Truth be told, I've not felt so cozy in a crew since my tour on the Sorcerer. With Romaro and the lot. By way of expressing my gratitude, I've a tribute, and I think you'll look right spiff in it too. Romaro gifted it to me when I took leave of the Sorcerer. He had this notion I'd make captain myself someday. Pleasure be entirely mine, Cap. May it serve you at least half as well as I.
You! This area is strictly—
Calma, amico. Is this not the casita your Asanui said she would—
How terribly reasonable of you. But you'll have to take that up with the Fleet Master. I haven't the authority to give you much more. I've surmised that a magical disturbance must be the source of the problem. So far as I can tell, the most likely candidate is a strange magical signature emanating from someplace off the southeast coast of the island, deep beneath the sea.
The Juana's records show that an ancient and I do not doubt that something in that room— Perguano, take this. It is my masterpiece, Uck. The helmet should allow you to breathe underwater for time enough to deal with the disturbance, provided, of course, that you hurry.
None among the company share your particular, history with them. You are, in essence, the Royal Deadfire Company.
And your bravery.
Ishi, down. Adair, what are you hiding in your pack?
Didn't think Ishi knew how to smoke.
Game crash? Hello? Okay, well, my game froze, I guess. Alright, well, I guess that's where I'm gonna stop it. It's a good ending point. I've been streaming for 3 hours, so...